so bear with me. All right, everybody hear me good in the back? Okay, well, welcome to our senior awards. We have a lot of awards to give tonight, and I'm really, really excited about that. I love to talk about how generous our community is. Every year, between local scholarships and things that we hand to our students, it's almost $100,000 that we give back, that you all give back to the students every year. And so thank you all for that, first and foremost. Second, if you have family that wasn't able to attend, the boosters are here and they are live streaming the awards from the East Prairie Boosters Facebook page. So if you know anybody that wants to watch but couldn't be here, feel free and shoot them a message and let them know. That way they can still witness. So we are going to start with some of our outside presenters for scholarships, and it's going to go kind of fast because we have a lot to go through. But once you come up and get your award, please just stop, and we have somebody here who will take a picture. Parents, feel free to come up and take a picture if you want. And then just so you all know, some of these will have checks. Okay, they're paper clipped in here. All right, so if you are worried about losing the check, you should hand it to a responsible adult near you who will give it back to you later. So make sure that you don't lose those. Some of you may have different checks for different ones. Some of you may just have one check that's for a lot of different scholarships, okay? So make sure you don't lose those, all right? Okay, so first up we have Miss Andi LaPlante, who is going to present a few different scholarships here.
The first scholarship that I'd like to present tonight goes to a graduating senior that is a member of FCCLA. I always give this scholarship to the graduating senior that has earned the most service points throughout the year. And this year, my recipient is Addie Looney. Sorry. Okay. The second scholarship that I will be presenting tonight is a scholarship in memory of my mother-in-law, Rosalie LaPlante. She was an educator here in the East Prairie School District for many years. She was our librarian. She had a love for reading and a love for people who were pursuing careers of education as well. Tonight we have two recipients. We decided as a family that this was a really tough group to narrow down to one, and so we decided to give two, and our recipients tonight are Mary Grace Garnett.
I feel awkward kind of walking up here, so can y'all like talk or something?
Okay, I think next I need Jennifer Chadwell to come up.
We give out a Village Mirror Memorial Scholarship, and this year there are two. They are
Miss Kennedy Cogdell and Miss Addison Williams.
we also have two more that is from L&A Services, which is Tommy and myself. L&A is his lawn service that he does. Those two we are giving out to Michaela Owens. And Rafe Massey.
I found the other scholarship. Sorry about that. The second recipient of the Rosalie Oliver LaPlante Scholarship goes to Olivia Matheny.
All right, now I believe we have Mr. John Arrington here and family here to present a couple different scholarships.
Okay, we are here, my little nieces here are sporting my dad's FFA coats from back in the day. We got a long line of FFA members, and so they have my dad's coats on. FFA was very important to him and ag in general, and a couple of years ago, he planted some trees on his property, like across from my grandma's house. And he passed away in 2020, and then my grandma passed away after him. But one of the caretakers that helped with my grandma had said that when he planted those trees himself, he told her, he said, I know, she sent me like this message on March 22nd of 2022. She sent me this message, and she said that I'll always remember this about your dad. She said when he was planting those, he said he knew that he probably would never live to see the shade, but he wanted to plant them back there anyway. And then she sent me a quote, and it says, the one who plants trees knowing that he or she will never sit in their shade has at least started to understand the meaning of life. And that was my dad. Dad did everything for everybody and expected nothing in return. And that was his top priority, and that's what he wanted to do, make everybody happy. So we were going to continue on this tradition, and he would be more than honored to present. We're going to do this in his memory. For FFA scholarships, go to Reagan Jarvis. And the other one is Jackson Archie. Okay.
Sorry, we are totally winging this. Nothing planned here, obviously. I was just gonna give some advice that my dad always gave me, the best advice, and to you seniors, I was gonna share a few of them with you, if I can. First thing, don't borrow trouble. The worst thing you can do is, when approached with a problem, is to worry yourself sick about it, because you don't know, it may be good, and so it doesn't make much sense to worry about something and stress about it until you have something to stress about. So don't borrow trouble. That's when it's hard for me to get to. Another thing was, don't ever watch a man work. Get in there and help him. If you can't help him, either leave him alone, or stand there with your hands out of your pockets in the strain. That'll get you far, because it's getting a little harder to find people that will work. But everybody could use a helping hand, and there will be a time whenever you're the one working and you hope somebody else will help you. Another one is do what's right no matter what the outcome is. So maybe there's sometimes you may not benefit the most from doing something, but if you do what's right, you can sleep better at night. And then I got one bonus one. This is for all you gentlemen. One day you'll give up and get married. And I went to him before I got married, and my wife's in here, so I'll get in trouble, or he will be. I said, any advice for me before I do this? And he said, tell her what she wants to hear, and then do what you want. Anyway, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
Very thankful for the Arringtons for presenting that scholarship for our FFA members. We do have one East Prairie FFA alumni scholarship, and this individual, she was an officer this year, served as our vice president, and she is going to Southeast Missouri State University and majoring in ag education. So she wants to be an ag teacher someday. So we're very, very proud of her. And the East Prairie FFA scholarship goes to Ms. Reagan Jarvis.
All right, the next presenter we have is Mr. James Monk. He is here to present the James Bogle Memorial Scholarship.
I don't have a long speech prepared, I won't waste your time, but so we're doing $5,000 per semester, as long as you keep grades up and everything. Goes to Rachel Miller.
Next, I have Mr. Reed Howe here to present the Barney Webster Memorial KYMO Scholarship.
So we started this scholarship, giving it away last year in memory of Barney Webster, who had KYMO for, it seemed like forever. He wasn't the original owner of it though. In 1965, it was Mr. Lewis that got the 1080 AM signal on the air. I believe the call letters were KGCL. Barney bought it along with James Glanville and Tom Beggs in 1969, and he had it up until about the year 2018 when that Usher Broadcasting and, well, it went away, and unfortunately Mr. Webster also passed away a couple of years ago. Barney was one of a couple of individuals back in my time, if you will, that was eager to hire younger people. Mr. Steve Hodges in IGA was always eager and always had jobs ready, available for younger people. Barney, if you had an interest, he'd let you go. There were several of us in the community now that used to work for Mr. Webster. We put it out this year, we had several good candidates, but when it came down to the end, we kind of had to go with one of our own. This young lady started working for us last year. It was kind of on a whim. We're proud to have her. I have to differentiate between her and my own Michaela, so we just simply call her Mo out there at the station. So the Barney Webster Memorial Scholarship this year goes to KYMO's own Michaela Owens.
Next, I believe we have some of Red Harvey's family here to present scholarships.
Excuse me. First of all, congratulations to the class of 2023. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cameron Woodward. I'm Red's Uncle CE. Unexpected passing of Red has been and continues to be a devastating time for our family. Red was looking forward to graduating, walking across the stage, receiving his diploma, tossing his cap in the air. He talked about it quite often and was very excited. Red isn't here physically to celebrate a special time with you, but we all know he's here in spirit. Without a doubt, he's excited and extremely proud of each and every one of you. Memories of Red will live on forever in our hearts. We will cherish memories of how he loved to cut up and act silly, his sense of humor, his love for hunting, football, baseball, but mostly his love for his family and his friends. Our family want to do something to keep his memory alive for years to come. We chose to start a scholarship for Red. It's heartbreaking, but also heartwarming that the first recipient of the scholarship will be from his graduating class. Everyone that filled out the application is very worthy of receiving the scholarship. We wish we could have given it to each and every one of you. The application said $500 on the scholarship. We chose to take all the money donated to the scholarship and give 3 scholarships. Each recipient will receive $1,200 check. The scholarship is dedicated to the life and memory of Red Harvey. Red dreamed big, he lived big, and he loved big. Red will be forever loved and forever missed. But let's see, where am I at? All right, before I call the recipients up, Red loved to make people smile, so be the reason someone smiles. Red never left without saying I love you. Since he's not here, I'd like to say it for him. Class of 2023, Red Harvey loves you. Okay, I guess we're ready to move them out. All right, our first recipient is Ms. Kennedy Cogwell. The second recipient for the Red Harvey Memorial Scholarship is Ms. Taryn Shoemaker. And the third recipient is Prairie Arnold Yanez.
I just have something I gotta say real quick. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Rhett's cousin Maggie. There's one more small token that we'd like to present. I'd like to ask Jay Sarchi, Shelby Sutton, and Ray Ray to come up here. Anyone that knew Rhett knew his love for duck hunting and knew he loved collecting duck calls and blowing them. I know these 3 guys can agree. Whether Rhett was hunting, riding around, or just sitting at home, he loved blowing his duck calls. He did this all the time. I'm sure a lot of you got to hear these duck calls all the time. So Rhett's Nana went on a search for the perfect duck call, one that was very special and could be treasured forever. This is where God put Sam Wallace in her path. Sam lives here in East Prairie and he's alumni of EPHS. Sam is a craftsman of duck calls. Sam made these calls and donated them for this special presentation. Sam told us what an honor it was to do this in Rhett's memory, and we are very grateful to him. We are honored to present these 3 individuals with these special duck calls in memory of Rhett. I know that you all will cherish these forever. If you pull it apart, inside is engraved and it says in memory of Rhett Harvey. We hope every time you blow these duck calls, you will remember Rhett. I'd also like to say congratulations, class of 2023.
did we have somebody here who was going to present the George and Margie Miller Scholarship? Okay. So, this year we have a George and Margie Miller Memorial Scholarship, and that scholarship goes to Mr. Ray Pricey. We also have the Mississippi County Historical Society Scholarship. You all know the Mississippi County Historical Society building in Charleston. And each year they like to honor somebody who received outstanding grades throughout their high school career in history. And this year they chose Miss Charlie Benson. Also have the Sam Barker Memorial Scholarship. A lot of you all know Judge Barker and Miss Sandy Barker. Miss Sandy works here at the district, and Judge Barker has been, a wonderful asset to the entire district. He's helped out in so many ways. His dad, Sam, was an avid hunter as well, and they are very passionate about students who are going into a trade program and furthering their education. And so they chose to give this to Mr. Ray Yanez. I believe we have somebody here from the Mississippi County Courthouse who wanted to present. No? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, some of our presenters messaged last minute that they couldn't come, and I'm still catching up here.
Good evening, I'm Emily Pullen, and I'm here to present the Darrington Memorial Scholarship. We were able to raise quite a bit of money to give a scholarship out to Charleston and East Prairie in the amount of $900. Darren was our prosecutor. He became prosecutor in 2004 and served for 17 years until we lost him to COVID in September of 2021. Excuse me. Anyway, I'm proud to present this to Charlie Benson.
Quite a few different people who wanted to attend tonight but were unable to, just from family events or T-ball or whatever else they had going on, so they asked me to present on their behalf. The James B. Moran Scholarship is one that Citizens Bank generously gives each year. It's worth $500, and this year they chose Mr. Ray Pricey. Today, but she heads up our Mississippi County Caring Communities Scholarship Committee every year, and they're a committee that does a lot of nonprofit work, behind the scenes stuff. They have a skill up program that helps a lot of our students with getting uniforms or gas or different things to trade school, to jobs that they're working. They're a real help to a lot of our students. And this year, they've chosen to give a $500 scholarship to Miss Lindy Sutton. The Mississippi County Farm Bureau. I'll let her explain more about this wonderful scholarship.
I'm Michelle with the Mississippi County Farm Bureau, and this year the board is giving away 2 scholarships. The first one is to Madison Hall. Congratulations. The second one is to Michaela Owens.
Mr. Sip come up and represent CTA. They have quite a few different scholarships that their committee is in charge of.
For our CTA scholarship, we try to give as many as we possibly can, and we spread the money around between our scholarship plus some others that we are in charge of taking care of. And we are going to give several $500 scholarships. The first goes to Mr. Rafe Bison. And we have another one for Miss Taryn Shoemaker. The next scholarship goes to Miss Annalyn Johnson. And we have another for Mr. Peyton Hodges. And our last CTA scholarship goes to Miss Olivia Matheny. Our next scholarship is the Kurt Fowler Memorial Scholarship. This one is going out this year. This is correct. We exhausted all the money. Normally, Miss Carolyn Slinker takes care of this, but when she retired, she passed it on to us. Now, you all may not know the Fowler family. I remember as a kid in Martin Elementary, Mr. Fowler, Mr. Ernie Fowler, with his handlebar mustache. You young folks would know who he was, but this was given in memory of his family. And that $550 scholarship goes to Miss Charlie Vincent. We also had a couple of sister school teachers from back in the day who have a scholarship in their name. And the first one is the Layla Hill Scott Scholarship. This goes to Miss Rachel Miller. And the next is for the ARPA Hill Lewis Scholarship, and that goes to Miss Katie Brewer. The next scholarship is actually one that my mama got in school many years ago. This is for a $500 scholarship for the Grace Campbell Scholarship. This goes to Miss Tori Stinton. And the last one's very special. This one is the Russell Kleiner Memorial Scholarship. I think everyone in here can say that, or most of us can, that Russell was an amazing person. And quite the funny man. I can't imagine all the years of Boy Scouts and teaching together, you know, is pretty interesting, all kinds of stories to share. But our last scholarship goes to Michaela Owens.
Next, we have Ms. Myers to present the Science Olympiad Scholarship.
This young lady's been with us, we had 3 seniors this year, and
All three of them are awesome. This one's going into science, and so we're giving a $500 scholarship to Rachel Miller.
All right, the next scholarship is one that I'm lucky enough to be a part of. I'm on the Tour de Corn committee and have been for a few years now. I'm not really sure how Miss Emily Dahlbeck and then Ray roped me into it, but it is actually a pretty fun event. And each year we put out a scholarship and ask for students to apply. It's a pretty unique one. They have to show community service, and they also have to tell us about what would make our town better. They have to write an essay, what would make it better, and what would they do if they could do anything to come back and change or help our town. And every year we're amazed by the responses, but this year in particular was very hard to choose. I need you all to know, because there were a lot of really great ideas and a lot of wonderful responses. So thank you guys for taking the time on those essays. It showed. So this year we are giving out 3 $750 scholarships, and those recipients are Miss Mary Grace Garnett, Miss Lindy Sutton, Pastor Peyton Hodges, able to be here from the Chamber of Commerce today, and so she dropped off her scholarships. Those of you who received this know that there's a paper behind the scholarship with instructions on the check, so please double check that. This year the Chamber has given out 2 scholarship awards, and they go to Miss Rachel Miller, and Miss Lindy Sutton. We also have the MFA Foundation Scholarship. I don't think they were able to be here. They dropped off their folders for us as well. This year they chose to give 2 $2,000 scholarships. And so those go to Mr. Rafe Bicey, and Mr. Peyton Hodges. The next scholarship is one that I'm definitely honored to present. It is the Coach Steve Stokes Memorial Scholarship. I know so many of you all had Coach Stokes. He was my coach. I think he coached the world, I'm pretty sure. The man was coaching everyone forever. He did a lot for our community, and his family has continued to raise funds and work for this Memorial Scholarship, and they're very thrilled to still be able to give this out and hope it can go for years to come. And the recipients of this are Miss Taryn Shoemaker, and Miss Kennedy Cogdell. scholarships, bear with me. No, I told you there's a lot of money that we give out, and it's a wonderful thing. So the last few scholarships I have are from the SEMO Electric Cooperative Foundation. Each year they have students apply, and if you have SEMO Electric or a part of the corporation, then, or cooperative, then you can submit. And this year they gave out quite a few recipients in the amount of $650 for each. The first is Miss Katie Brewer. Miss Kennedy Coggle. Miss Annalyn Johnson. Miss Rachel Miller. Miss Michaela Owens. And Miss Taryn Shoemaker. And students with that scholarship in particular, there is a piece of paper on the back attached to it that you have to fill out and return to them. So make sure and keep check on that. All right, we're going to do our last couple of scholarships, and then we are going to go into awards. Alright, so these next two scholarships are the William Russell Memorial Scholarship, and this scholarship has been around, does anybody know, as long as I have, for certain, for quite some time. Normally Miss Dorothy Hutchison is here to present, but she was not able to be here. So this scholarship is not one that any students can apply for. It goes to the number 1 and number 2 class ranked students in the grade. So the first one goes to our valedictorian, Miss Tori Stennett. And the next one goes to our salutatorian, Miss Michaela Owens. I'm going to do a really terrible thing right now and pull up something on my phone because I did not print the top 10 list and I do not want to misquote myself. I had to run my kiddo to the doctor as soon as I left school today and come back, so I am a little bit behind. All right, so I'm going to ask that you all come up here and stand. You're going to get your cords for graduation. And please just wait until all 10 of you are up here and then we'll get a picture. Okay? So our valedictorian, Miss Tori Stennett. Salutatorian, Miss Michaela Owens. Miss Kennedy Cogdell. Mr. Peyton Hodges. Miss Rachel Miller. Miss Charlie Benson. Miss Lindy Sutton. Chase Cavan, Miss Katie Brewer, and Miss Annalyn Johnson. And it is worth mentioning that all 10 of these students are graduating with above a 4.0 GPA. That is very impressive. Next, we have Miss Candy Staples to present a few different scholarships and awards.
I would just like to recognize, my beta scholarships have already been given out. There's a lot of criteria the students have to meet for this. First, I'd like to recognize Miss Annalyn Johnson, if you just stand for a second. She won a $1,000 scholarship from the national office. She's one of several recipients for this, and our first one from the East Prairie High School. So congratulations, Annalyn. And then our bonus scholarships this year, I'd just like to recognize Miss Rachel Miller, if you'll stand on part of your name, $500. Chase Command, $250. And then $100 scholarships go to Charlie Vinson, Annalyn Johnson, Tori Stinnett, and Addison Looney. First off, congrats to the class of 2023. You all are a fabulous group. If you are not familiar with my parents, they have owned a muffler place, a muffler business until I graduated high school. They retired in '91. My mom actually started that business with her first husband. She did her student teaching here at high school, and then she shortly did not leave because of shortage of teachers. She left to stay home because she had me, and she kept the books for the shop and was able to keep me at the house. The one thing after I lost my mom this summer, said I wasn't gonna cry. I wanted to do a scholarship. I teach my betas to give back, and that's what I wanted to do. So, $500 scholarship for the Barstow Family Scholarship goes to Miss Olivia Matheny. Y'all know me.
She left it at home. She is cute.
All right, now we're going to move into the senior awards portion of the night. So we have quite a few awards for students who did well, or if I know Miss Douglas, who just did interestingly. So we'll do the English department first, and then we'll move through the classes.
And things are always interesting. All right, but before I do that, I have a couple of scholarships I need to hand out. Every year, FTA gives out a scholarship, and our FTA scholarship this year has been awarded to Reagan Jarvis for $500. There is there are 3 more scholarships I'm going to hand out. This year we started a Grow Your Own program. This was a grant that we were given by the state, and it was new this year. We're still learning the ropes in terms of how this is all going to work, but we started a cadet teaching program where we allowed members of FTA to go into the elementary and assist a teacher for a semester. As a result of that grant, though, we have some scholarships to hand out, and the other thing is we do have one person who is not a member of FTA, but we know is headed into education, and so that person is also receiving a scholarship. Let me get this in the right order. So this may come a bit of a surprise. I don't know if she's been told or not, but Charlie Benson, you have a $1,000 scholarship. My next 2 people did get time in the classroom and had all sorts of stories to share. Terrence Shoemaker, you received a $2,000 scholarship, and Madison Hall, $4,000. into the awards for classes. Yay! Everybody's so excited. We've all been sitting. Does everybody need to stretch? I'll stand up and do some jumping jacks, do something. All right, so for those of you, some of you have been popping up and down. You know, the rest of us haven't gotten to do as much popping up and down as you all. All right, so my top grade in adventure literature for second semester was Levin Turner. Yeah, see, I like that fun with my awards. You know, these are the ones you'll like look back and laugh at. My top grade in That's Life English, which is all about resume. I call it boring English, quite honestly. But you know, it's resumes and cover letters and all the different things you need. But my top grade for second semester in that particular class is Jacqueline Warren. All right, this will come as no surprise. I actually gave a top grade for 2 different sections in ACP. 7th hour section, yeah, you might as well move, it's Tori. 5th hour goes to Kylie Moy. All right, then I went ahead and you saw that line of top 10 and you heard that they all had a 4+. So I have a number that got 100% or plus for 2 semesters in advanced CP. So I'm going to call you all up and you can all get your picture taken together. That way you're not standing by yourself and awkward. Lindy Sutton. Katie Brewer, Tanner Bennett. All right, and now here are the awards that my students are waiting for. So every year, you know, we give out the serious awards and we honor the hard work. But what I like to remind parents of is that we get to know your kids on a more personal level as they come through our classes, and we have fun with them and we laugh with them and they get frustrated with us, and sometimes we even will cry together. But we have lots of sort of inside jokes that occur as a result throughout the year. So I've got a number of those types of awards to give out. My first award is called Hope Springs Eternal, because this person walked in, I think nearly every day of second semester and said, "So it's movie day, right?" Jackson Archie. Hang on, hold up, because I got Hope's backup. Hope's backup was Wyatt Irby, because if he forgot to ask, Wyatt was always so he forgot to ask, can we watch a movie? Along a similar theme, different class, I had somebody who didn't ask for a movie, but would regularly say, "So I heard today's a free day." So Ray, you get my "Don't Believe the Rumors" award. I don't know if Mason Dill or Jace Archie are here. Oh, come on, Mason. You get my Future Member of the Depot Morning Crowd Award.
That's right. Go drink some coffee.
It's the whole farmer thing we got going. Amari Farmer here? He has there's a Rule About Hoods award. Yeah, I have another one who's getting that one too. Can anybody guess? All right, now my Go Team Award for never missing a fist bump moment goes to Peyton Hodges and Ray Bice.
You got a fist bump in these pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, every time one of them got an answer right, they'd reach across the aisle and fist bump each other. So, you all know what IDK means. I have a student who never wrote IDK. Instead, she would write, "I love you, Miss Douglas." CM. So this student gets So fittingly enough, the person I can hear speaking gets this award for her ability to be brutally honest in 2 languages. That's great progress. Related also to the French class, Kylie Moit gets my high level of tolerance award for putting up with JC. And finally, only a certain number, I think our softball team and baseball team were going on this day. For 7th hour, we have somebody who gets the Spider Identification Award because Olivia Matheny can spot a wild recluse. All right.
He was a wild recluse. We love you.
Hello, I'm Kelly Gidding, and I'm back in high school this year, and I was able to have speech and drama class again. I hadn't done that in a very long time. I think a lot of people were afraid because I had a very small class with one young lady in it, but it was the right young lady. We had a great time. We did the speeches, but then at Christmas we also came together and put on some, I would say like a 1-act and some skits. We went off to elementary and we presented it for the kids there. So my award today goes to our outstanding female actor, and not just because she was the only female in the class. She's excellent. Like, I'm thinking, keep an eye out for this girl. CM Story.
There you go. Yeah.
Good evening. I come down with the math department, but I have no math awards to give tonight because I usually don't have seniors in math. I get them when they're younger and I don't get to have them anymore. That kind of makes me sad, but I keep them busy in student council, so we're going to start off there. I have to run the blood drives for Red Cross. We normally do 3 blood drives a year. I'm not going to lie to you. The kids this year would hide from me when I would come out around blood drive time because I knew, you want to get blood? And they're like, no, I'm afraid of needles. And so we did do 3 successful drives. Our numbers weren't exactly where I would love them to be, but we still qualified for $500 from the Red Cross, so that is awesome. So those of you that gave blood, I thank you. You helped save lives, and it's greatly appreciated. I gave 2 scholarships scholarships through the Red Cross. They're $250 each. The first one goes to Mr. Caleb Helton. The next young gentleman would not hide from me either. He was always eager to give blood, sometimes a little too eager. I'm gonna miss seeing this little darling stop by my door every day before 4th hour. And he knows who I'm talking about because he's kind of ducking down right now. Don't worry, Ray Ray, I don't want your blood. I'll give you some money instead. Come on down, bud. He's always styling, isn't he? Yeah, something like that. All right, I have 2 more scholarships to give through Student Council. Go to Crop.
You got it.
They know who they are. Go to us. First one is my spreadsheet queen. She's like, you don't have to say anything for her. This girl keeps me on my toes. It's time to do field day shirts or any kind of shirt. She's like, don't worry, I've already got the spreadsheet started. And she does, and it's labeled and organized and just great. You're awesome. Thank you. This next one, good luck filling her shoes. Either one of them actually, but Miss Reagan Jarvis.
All right, guys. So I've got, I think, 15 math awards to give because all I can say is wow. You guys are rock stars. I've had some of you since your sophomore year, 3 years of me. Loved every minute of it. Every minute of it. I hope you guys have too. Maybe some days. Yes, maybe some days no, but good job, everybody. Here we go. We're going to start with advanced algebra, and I have 2 awards to give in there. My first is the honorable mention, and that goes to Miss Tanner Bennett. And then the award in advanced algebra goes to Miss Kennedy Condell. Yeah, come back. Look, I got to dump the bag and dig. That one? Okay, good. She gets the medal. All right, moving on. I should not have sent her away. For Trig, I have the medal going to Miss Tanner Bennett. Congratulations. I should have kept Miss Bryant, right? She could have read it for me. Okay. Pre-calculus A, that is a dual credit class. So many talented math students in that class this year. I was super proud of all of you all. There's a lot of awards going. First one, honorable mention going to Mr. Ray Feisey. Good job. Honorable mention going to Miss Katie Brewer. Another honorable mention going to Miss Addie Looney. And a fourth, congratulations, honorable mention going to Miss Anna Lynn Johnson. All right, and then I have 2 medals in 2A junior, the other is 2A senior, and that senior is Miss Chase Caban. Look for one that says pre-calculus.
They say hi to staff, but after it's pre-calculus.
Okay, go class. Congrats, Chase. All right, moving on to dual credit statistics. That has some of you all with a love-hate relationship with math sometimes. Yes. It opens up a new world. Mr. Collins is agreeing to that. Yes, okay. But awesome job. We learned a lot of cool things. I hope you learned a lot of cool things. Hope you learned how to use Excel with math. All right. I have an honorable mention going to Miss Katie Brewer. Another honorable mention to Miss Addie Looney. Third one to Mr. Peyton Hodges. And then my final medal, I also had 2 medals in this class, one to a junior, one to a senior. And that is also going to Miss Chase Caban. I didn't know sometimes the answer. I'd be like, Chase, what'd you get for that? And she would always know, right guys? Come here, awesome job. Okay, last set, I promise. Dual credit pre-calculus B, which is basically trig, a little souped up, right guys? A little bit. Tori's like, yeah, yes, can be like yes. When we started the class, they were like, you promise this isn't going to be bad? I'm like, I promise. And I was like, I promise. It was bad. Hey, but we survived, right? We survived. You survived, and you did well. Okay, so I have an honorable mention going to Miss Rachel Miller. And then I have 2 medals going to 2 students who finished the class with 100%. And that is Miss Tori Sennett and Miss Kennedy Coughlin. Okay, got it.
Kennedy, are you the right person to be done here? Aren't you volunteer?
We're working it together. All right, thank you all.
So I always tell my wife and my students that when I retire, I'm going to write a book about all the stories that I've collected over the years. And this was a first. I've never, in my 21 years of teaching, had a bus break down a school trip. And they did. I'm thankful it's my seniors. If it had been my freshmen, I'd have walked back in spring. So I'm really going to miss them. I just look around and think about all the things through the year. I'm going to miss the smiles. I'm going to miss seeing them having a breakdown sometimes and being okay. And Rafe and Peyton and all their shenanigans and all the stuff. But it's been enjoyable. We had a good time. We learned. And it's hard. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of information to cover. But I do have 3 awards. We'll start off with my honorable mentions. Those go to Miss Katie Brewer. Now, Katie never hardly ever talks. I'm here every now and then, so Maybe she talks to y'all more than me. Next one goes to Miss Kennedy Caldwell. For my award, I normally give those little pins, but I thought I was going to do something a little different this year. So I got this little skull. So it says on the bottom, AMP in the year. And hopefully if this person knows their information, they can go through and they can tell us all the different bones in the skull. But I imagine she probably could. And that goes to Miss Tori Stitt.
I am retiring. And I'm gonna miss all you guys. I love every one of you. Y'all don't know that, but now you, I just told you. I wanna acknowledge my 3 seniors that's in Science Olympiad that has been with us ever since 7th grade. And so, first one is Charlie Vincent. The next one's Rachel Miller. And our 3rd senior is Annalyn Johnson. I teach a dual credit class. We did on environmental hazards, about earthquakes, floods, tornadoes, hurricanes, all that fun stuff. I had a smaller class this year, but and we did have some of those. Are we gonna have a free day?
Every day.
Every day? It seemed like, no. Top person that had highest grade with a 99% goes to Chase Quebec. Now the other science section.
How are we doing? So I teach a lot of these really hard classes, if you don't know. And I have a lot of these, all the kids that I've had in these classes, they're just phenomenal. We're going to start off with Bio for Living, because that was a class I had first semester. Had a pretty large group in there. They were all really, really good. We had some pretty intense look-at games in there, if you don't remember that, more on that later. But the academic award, there was actually a tie for this. It was Chase Cavan and Tori Stitt.
Thank you. Is this you? 3D printer?
Yeah, I made these with 3D printer. They're like little atoms. Yeah, they're like little atoms.
Those look good. Thank you, Mr.
And then another thing that I'm pretty proud of, there were 2 gentlemen in my Bio for Living class that were like, I think of them as like the Look-It Masters. If you don't know what Look-It is, it's kind of like a review game, and we played this like all the time when we were reviewing. This award is going to go to Peyton Hodges and Rafe Bison. Next class I'm going to move on into is astronomy. I have this 2nd semester, and the academic award for this, and she's going to receive a little Saturn, is going to go to Katie Brewer.
Look at that. That's so cool.
Now, I'm like Miss Douglas. I like to do like crazy awards because I recognize things in the class that that are more than just grades. These are also individuals in my astronomy class. I'm going to give the most artistic award to Annalyn Johnson. If you want to stay standing up there. I've also got the most curious award for Kylie Moyer. And then I've also got 2 more astronomy awards for comic relief because they're always cracking me up all the time in astronomy. This is going to go to Haley Beck and CM Story. Okay, so on to the dreaded chemistry 2. I had one person in this entire class, the brave individual, and she is obviously going to get the academic award. This is going to go to Rachel Miller. And I had one senior this year in STEM. I don't think he's here, but this is going to go for most impressive designs, and that goes to Marty Farmer. You guys rock. I've had some great memories with you guys. Love you.
I'm Ms. Wicker and I teach business. I'm going to start with computer applications. I have a certificate for Braden Markham, who had an A all year. The award for the highest grade in computer applications goes to Ms. Charlie Benson. In Intro to Business, I have a certificate for another student who had an A all year, and that is Wyatt Irby. Okay, so moving on to personal finance. I have 2 seniors who had A's both quarters. They were in the class, and that is Michaela Owens and Peyton Hodges. Then I had one senior who had the highest score across all my classes. I have 3 hours of personal finance, and I have fall classes and spring classes. And I only give 1 award for the highest average out of like 80-something kids. So that's really impressive. And this student always asked if she could go to yearbook because she'd already done that day's work because she likes to work ahead. So she'd already done the work that I hadn't even taught yet. So congrats to Lindy Sutton. Okay, now I have some English awards from the other Miss Wicker who couldn't be here tonight. So if you don't know, my daughter teaches English and they call her the young Miss Wicker, which makes me the old Miss Wicker. Yeah, there you go. So in mythology, she has certificates for Mason Brown and Haley Gifford. In science fiction fantasy literature, she has certificates for Eduardo Rodriguez and Braden Markham. And also another one for Braden Markham in horror literature.
I'm Mr. Myers, part of the other business class, and my multimedia class creates cool things. And sometimes you wonder, are they learning anything at all? You just have to wonder. I have this one guy, a great senior. He encountered Miss Jill Aders coming in and said, you know, what do you do in here? And for 45 minutes, without taking a breath, he exhaustively told her everything that we do in there, and she needed to leave and go take a nap by the time the whole thing was done. She's just amazed. So that is Mr. Caleb Helton. Now, I understand the other two guys that I have for computer literacy are not here either. But let me just tell you, it is a luxury when you've got a couple seniors that will set the stage for all the younger ones to watch. When these guys came in class, they didn't go take their seat like they were in elementary, wait for somebody to tell them what they did. They would walk right up, they'd go take a look at whatever broken Chromebooks we had in the classroom, they'd sift through all of them, they'd immediately go to work, and if they got one done, they'd go back and they'd find another one and go to work every single time. It was a beautiful thing to watch, make parents proud, and that is Eduardo Rodriguez and Brayden Martin.
Oh, look at you. Okay. Okay, I know all these seniors are actually, they're actually up for this award starting at the year. And I know they all fight so hard to get this. This is the perfect attendance award. Well, one young man did not miss an hour this year. So I am very proud of him. I know he's not here tonight, but his name is Brayden Markham. And before I get to this last award, we have two teachers, these two that are sitting right here together, that are retiring at the end of this year. And I just ask for a round of applause for them. How many of you could go to work for 12 years and never miss an hour? Well, this young lady has not missed a day of school in her entire career. Not an hour. So, the award for outstanding attendance, for perfect attendance for 12 years at East Prairie School District, Miss Rachel Miller. Y'all try to do that in college, don't miss any hours. Okay? That's important. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to everyone, all of our contributors. Folks, the week is young. We have, of course, field day tomorrow, but we also have graduation practice on Wednesday. Thursday is a large day because we have graduation. We have the parade.
Bowling. Yes, they talk about it.
I'm taking them bowling. Yes, you can hear that on Thursday. Folks, you have great kids. You have great kids. This is an exceptional senior class. And I know that goes back to you as parents, how great you are too. Yes, Keisha, I see you shaking. So, we're going to have a little fun. And I've enjoyed each and every one of them. They are exceptional. So, hang on. It's going to be a fun rest of the week. And I'm looking forward to Thursday night. I get to talk big time there. So, thank you all for coming. Have a great night.
Go Eagles!
Be safe, and go Eagles.